Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Miss Matone GFP, and welcome to another card for GoFightPow. This time we are going to Fire Island. This is the 6th card for Fire Island. I've posted cards 1 through 5 on the Discord. I'm probably will link that in the description at some point. But if you also want, speaking of the description while I'm here, if you want to get some of the cards, most of the cards that are in this collection that you're going to see here, check out the GoFightPow website. That is where you're going to find all types of cards. And be sure to keep an eye out for the Regional Rumble stuff, as there's going to be quite a bit of stuff that goes in stock sooner rather than later. But let's not waste any time. Let's go and talk about what's happening tonight. So, our main event is for the Fire Island Heavyweight Championship, as Rain Man will defend his title against J-Blade. On the last card, J-Blade did beat Rain Man in a tag match alongside Kenny Manitoba as they took on Rain Man and Monument. So J-Blade's going to be looking to capture the title in Rain Man's first official defense. We have duos action as the Weapons of Mass Destruction, Max Damage, and Sledge Hammerstein will take on Saaloo Takama and Seeloo Takama, the Takama twins. If Weapons of Mass Destruction win this match, chances are they're going to go after Diamond Exchange for the Fire Island Duos Championships, or Tag Team Championships, as I personally call them. We also have women's action as Suki takes on Violet to see who moves up in the women's division. Gonna skip that one. We also have a no disqualification match as Kenny Manitoba takes on Monument. Monument has been a special guest in Fire Island for quite a bit of time. This is his last card for Fire Island, and Kenny looks to knock off the Giant. Then we have singles action as Dusty Ferrari takes on Mali Mali. And finally, our opening contest will be Akita Dredd versus Teddy Muto. But we gotta be careful. Teddy Muto could turn into the dangerous Muto Bear. But before any of that, we have to get to Hype McLeod and see what he gives us. I realize putting that there is probably not the wisest idea. Let's see what happens. 2. A number 1 contender fight starts the show. Winner fights sector champion in the main event tonight. Well, we already have the main event set to be the Fire Island Heavyweight title match. So, what I can do instead is I can actually look at our Junior Heavyweight Champion, Prince Ikaria. So, what I'm going to do is, it's not going to be the main event because obviously Heavyweight title takes precedent, but I think after match number 4, we will have Prince Ikaria defend the title. And he'll defend against either Akita Dredd or Teddy Muto. So, I'm going to go and make that note in my document here, or my notebook. Akita Dredd versus Teddy Muto is a number 1 contenders match. Alright, now that we got that written down, let's go and get to the action. We're going to start with Akita Dredd versus Teddy Muto. If Teddy survives 3 pop attempts, then he turns into Muto Bear. So we'll keep Muto Bear in the side here just in case. Let's go and see what happens. Starting us off with fast forward, Akita Dredd did get his fast forward, which is a 3. Teddy Muto needs to avoid a 3 here, gets a 4. That will remove the 3, and that is the first in Pop Survival Rumble rating. And Teddy Muto will get the offense, and he is going for a Furry 4 leg lock. Akita dodges, hit the Fuzzy Wuzzy, and that is a reversal for Akita Dredd, who hits a leaping knee strike. Muto counters it into the bear trap, And Akita Dredd counters that. And he's going to go for the Dragon Whip. And that's dodged. Leaping knee strike. Pop needs to avoid a 3. Gets a 4 again. That will remove the 5. And now Akita Rumble Rain again. And Akita will keep control with the Dredd combo. It's blocked. The Dredd combo again. Muto counters it. Is he going to be looking for bedtime? He hits the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Akita Dredd counters it into the Judo Palm Strike. It's dodged. And there's the Judo Palm Strike again. Muto counters it into the Furry 4-leg lock. Akita Dredd counters that into the Judo Palm Strike. Muto counters. Hits the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Akita Dredd counters. And hits a Leaping Knee Strike. Blocked. Leaping Knee Strike again. Muto counters. Into the Furry 4-leg lock. Akita Dredd counters. Hits the Dredd combo again. It's blocked. And the Feet of Fury. Teddy needs to avoid a 3, 4, or 5. Gets a 3. He needs a 5. And he gets it. And that is a 3rd pop survival. So we're going to go ahead and remove one of the tokens here. And in comes Muto Bear. Akita going to continue on the offense here. Hits the Dredd combo. It's a hit. Rumble rating. And Muto Bear takes it. Hits the Fuzzy Wuzzy. It's a hit. And there's the Bubble Mist. Needs to avoid a 4. And he gets a 4. So Akita Dredd wins by disqualification thanks to the Bubble Mist. And that is a huge win for Akita Dredd. While he is going to go in blinded a bit, he is going to get that time to recuperate. And he's going to challenge for the Junior Heavyweight title. Prince Ikaria is going to meet him in a bit. Unfortunately for Teddy Muto, or Muto Bear, that's the end of the road for him. Now we go more singles action as Dusty Ferrari takes on Mally Mally. And we're checking here. No fast forward. Dusty Ferrari will start things off with a bionic elbow. And that's dodged. Oops. Dusty Dog needs to avoid a 1 or a 2. Gets a 1. Needs a 1 or a 3. Doesn't get it. And that is going to be Dusty Ferrari with the win. Dusty Ferrari did defeat Mally Mally. Via Dusty Dog. All right. Huge win for Dusty Ferrari, moving him up the ladder here on Fire Island. And then we go to King Manitoba versus Monument. King Manitoba is a part of Strong Style Society, so they are going to be using the interference chart, which is going to be close by. So let's see what happens. King Manitoba versus Monument. King Manitoba gets the initiative. Hits the Amazing Grace immediately. Needs to avoid a 1 or an even. Gets a 3. That will... We're going to remove the 1. Rumble rating. Monument in serious trouble. Well, he's getting back into it now with a bear hug. King Manitoba counters it into a leapfrog bulldog. Monument counters into a giant headbutt. King Manitoba rolls his pop. It's a 6. He's going to keep it going. There's the Rumble rating. Monument has a +4, so... Oh, that was convincing. Elbow drop. Manitoba counters it. Into the Amazing Grace. And a 1 or an even gets a 5. That will remove the 6. And Manitoba with the Leapfrog Bulldog again. Monument counters it into a Rumble rating again. And that is going to be Monument with the control. Hits the elbow drop. And that's blocked by Kenny. Another elbow drop. Hit. And there's a big boot. Needs to avoid a 3. And he is going to be rolling twice. And there is a 3. He needs a 2. And he doesn't get it. Monument defeats Kenny Manitoba. Monument defeating Kenny Manitoba. Unfortunate ending for Kenny Manitoba here. That's going to push him down the ladder a bit. But Strong Style Society, and that's also not going to give momentum for Strong Style Society going in. But for Monument on his way out, it's a good ending for him. Now let's go and see about Scoop Muldoon. He has some news. Scoop reports that a Loser Leaves Sector fight is scheduled tonight. And I don't think I can actually do a Loser Leaves Sector, so this is going to be... So we're actually going to say this is false news. So, Scoop reports and the reason why I'm doing that is there's not really any match that could use a Loser Leaves Sector match. If those remind me, I will need to think of a way to kind of like pivot into the feud with Manitoba and Crow. That's besides the point. Let's go and get into some women's action here on the card. Here we go. Starting things off, no fast forwards. Suki will start things off with some stiff snap kicks. The pop needs to avoid a 4. Gets a 1. That will remove the 4 from Violet. Stiff snap kicks again. Dodged. And there is the Suki stretcher. Needs to avoid a 4 or 5. Gets a 3. That will remove the 5. So the Suki stretcher will just be kind of like roll and pop. 4 rolling kick. It's blocked. And speaking of, 4 or 5, gets a 5. She needs a 4 now. Does not get it. Suki wins with the Suki stretcher. Suki stretcher. Huge win for Suki, moving up the ladder here. Speaking of the ladder, it's time to see about our Junior Heavyweight Championship match as Akita Dredd will take on Prince Sikaria. Let's go. That is Prince Sicaria's fast forward. Akita needs to avoid a 3, gets a 1. That will remove the 3. Prince Sikaria hits the Ike Spike. Akita Dredd counters it into a leaping palm knee strike. That's dodged. Dragon Whip. Prince Sikaria counters it into the Hellenic Hammer. Akita Dredd counters into a Rumble rating. And Akita has a +3, so that he is going to keep control here. Rumble Rain again. And Akita will keep control. Vita Fury. Prince Kari needs to avoid a 2 or 4. It's a 6. He still keeps his title for now. And now, Judo Palm Strike. Prince Akari counters it into a Rumble Rating. And Akita Dredd will take control back. Vita Fury gets a 2. He needs a 2 now to stay in. And he does! Close call for Prince Akari. Holding on to the title for just a little bit longer. Dragon Whip. Prince Akari counters it. Rumble Rating. And Akita will keep control with a Dragon Whip. Prince Akari counters into the Spanos Spike. Akita Dredd counters into the Leaping Knee Strike. And Akari counters into the Agent Axe Handle. It's a hit. Rumble Rating. This really isn't working out. Akari on the defense. Rumble Rating here. And Akita Dredd will keep control. Vita Fury again. 2, 4, 5. Gets a 2. Needs a 2 here. Does not get it. We have a new junior heavyweight champion. Let me go and put that in real quick. Holy moly. Went from being blasted with bubbles to, I think it was bubbles. Yeah, being blasted with bubbles by a small teddy bear to becoming champion. My goodness. Okay. So I will give the title to, I will change the top words for the titles after the show. I will need to make the thumbnail first. So once I do that, that's when we're going to make the change. Now it's time for duos action. We have the Weapons of Mass Destruction. Sledge, Hammerstein, and Maxx Damage taking on the Takama twins, Seeloo and Saaloo. Based on what happened last time with the title match, this is bound to get crazy. Let's go. Starting off with fast forward checks, no fast forward. Maxx Damage is going to start things off. And he's going to hit the max impact. Saaloo needs to avoid a 1 or 2, gets a 1, needs a 3, 7, or 8. And that is it already. So that is going to be WMD defeating Takama twins. Via max impact. And I'm going to need to go ahead and move over to, well, I need to figure a way to get the main event written down now. I did not think that through. But congratulations to Maxx Damage and Sledge Hammerstein. At some point after the match, due to their convincing win, the Diamond Exchange team will come out and say that these two are worthy of challenging for the Tag Team Championships. And they will do so in the next card. So look forward to that when we get there. Now it's time for our main event. It is for the Fire Island Heavy Grand Championship. J-Blade versus Rain Man. But we're going to add a bit of a twist. I'm going to add the deck of heck to this one. The Ringside Rumble. We are going to see some crazy things in this match. Potentially. It could be over in one move. So, to clarify on how the Ringside Rumble works, you draw from it when you win by 3 or more in a Rumble rating. So, say for example, since both these two have a +3, let's assume that J-Blade rolls a 6 and Rain Man rolls a 3. Then J-Blade will look at the top card of the deck and then apply its effects. It doesn't matter if he wants to or not. The effects automatically apply. Okay, so I think we shuffled it enough. Gonna put it on the side here. And just in case, we will also have the interference chart at the ready. Just in case J-Blade needs some extra assistance. Rayman's gonna have a hell of a fight ahead of him. I think that might have gotten me, I'm not sure I could really say that, but it doesn't really matter. I guess I kind of did. Alright, fast forward check. No fast forward. J-Blade will start us off. Going for some knife edge chops. And Rain Man counters it into the Rumble ring. Here we go. First potential. And Rain Man is going to look at the deck of heck. Back to normal. You toss your opponent back in after a brief stint outside. Rolling positive. Rain Man is going to do exactly that. With a German suplex bridge, it's a pop. Jay needs to avoid a 1, gets a 4. That'll remove the 1. And now, spinning tombstone. Blocked. On point dropkick. Hit. German suplex bridge. J-Blade counters it. Into a strong style sickle. It's a hit. Strong style sickle again. Dodged. Rumble ring, here we go. And Rain Man will take it back. Hits the thunderclap. Thunderclap. Needs to avoid a 1 or 2. Gets a 4. And we'll see what we remove here. That'll remove the 3. Spinning tombstone. Blocked. Lightning strike. Needs to avoid a 1 or a 3. Gets a 3. Needs a 2 to stay in. And he doesn't. Strong Style Society not able to get anything done. So Rain Man defeats J-Blade via Lightning Strike. And that is going to do it for Fire Island Card 6. And the night ends with Rain Man retaining his championship. Which challengers will come up next? Who knows? But that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys for Industrial Lands Card 6, which is going to be a Night of Champions. But for those that want to see Fire Island, see you when the cycle comes around. Peace.